The 5-person medical evacuation teams are on round-the-clock standby to rescue wounded service personnel and civilians in Iraq and Afghanistan. Alongside them in the Chinook helicopter is a heavily armed 6-strong protection team. Attacks on medical flights have become so frequent that pilots are warned not to remain on the ground for more than 2 minutes. To train the evacuation teams to act fast, the RAF has begun practicing on a Chinook simulator at Lynham in Wiltshire.
Nothing can prepare you for what you come across first job. You know, very nervous. But the longer you spend out there, it becomes a drill, drilled into you. Pre-hospital trauma is very much a drill. Break down the casualty into a catastrophic hemorrhage, airway, breathing, circulation as an example. Split that around the team. Before you know where you are, you get a really cohesive team, works well together, and before you know where you are, suddenly nothing then becomes, it isn't too much of a worry. But certainly, yes, first time out there, it was very, very nerve-wracking.
At £45,000, the new Chinook simulator costs a fraction of a real helicopter. But the full-size replica cabins allow rescue teams to practice drills and shave vital seconds off the time it takes to recover the wounded.
What we try to do is desensitise personnel before going out to the theatre so that it isn't such a steep learning curve for the guys on for instance, a first tour. We train hard here, we make the simulation as realistic as possible using real-life patient data from Afghanistan, bring that back, and then we incorporate that into the training here. So in essence, we train hard to make the job out in Afghanistan a little easier.
The latest training was watched by the UK Undersecretary for Defence, who praised the work of the medical teams in the field.
Well, I've seen the teams actually in theatre in Afghanistan, and I'm very pleased to be here today to see the training that's been put in, and also the new simulator, which just goes to show the professionalism that the individuals undertake in theatre, but also shows the amount of training that's needed as well. And I'm pleased that this facility is here that can make sure that training is maintained and the skill level is maintained.
He also paid tribute to the medical teams who work under intense pressure in very dangerous conditions.
They're dealing with some very severely wounded servicemen and women and civilians in Afghanistan, and the important thing is they then carry the very leading edge clinical procedures in very, very challenging conditions of heat, dust, and also in some cases under enemy fire.
The bravery of the medical teams has already been recognised. In October 2008, RAF medic Sergeant Keith Mills was honoured at an awards ceremony at the House of Commons for his bravery for rescuing a comrade under fire in Afghanistan.